Roberts, former Assistant Secretary of the U.S. Treasury and Associate Editor of the Wall Street Journal. Thanks for joining us here on RT today. The U.S. and its allies seem resolute to launch a strike, don't they? But how can military action actually resolve this?
Well, let's cut to the chase. This has nothing to do with Syria. It has to do with Russia and China. What the goal of Washington is to radicalize the Muslims because Russia has immense Muslim populations, is bordered by Muslim countries. China has Muslim populations bordered by Muslim countries. And the purpose of striking Syria is to further radicalize Muslims and send strife into the two countries that are barriers to Washington's world hegemony. The intent is to destabilize both Russia and China with Muslim strife.
But a UN team is still on the ground working to gather evidence in Syria and establish the truth of chemical weapons or not. But the White House seems to be treating the UN mission as redundant.
Well, we know that there were no chemical weapons used by Assad. Anybody with an IQ of 50 knows that. This is the Obama regime's excuse, just like weapons of mass destruction, a total lie, was the excuse for the attack on Iran. And just like they made up lies for attacking Libya. So no one believes this. Why do we pretend that this is a real issue? Why in the world would the Russians pretend, a Russian news broadcast pretend that it's a real issue, whether or not Assad used chemical weapons? Everybody in the world knows he did not use them.
Right, if that's the case, tell us what's going to happen, because the US and the UK maintain that the military operation won't be lengthy. Do you think it's possible for them to get out after just a couple of days? But this is a conflict that's been going on for 2 years now.
Anything the US or the UK says? When have they ever said anything that was true? Try to identify one statement made in the 21st century by the U.S. government or the UA government that wasn't a lie.
My question to you is, what do you think is going to happen? Is it possible to have limited strikes or not? What are the ramifications of this? What's your opinion?
Okay, my opinion is this. The United States government hoped to repeat in Syria what they achieved in Libya. They bring in jihad terrorists from outside to assault the government, and then they get the United Nations to pass a no-fly resolution that the U.S. and NATO then misuse in order to attack the forces of the government. Now, this worked in Libya, but in Syria, Russia and China had caught on to the deception, and they blocked the no-fly zone. So now the United States is desperate. It's sent its mercenary forces in against Assad, and they are being defeated. Assad is winning. He doesn't need chemical weapons. And so the United States is desperate to bring some sort of military power into the equation that increases the chances of its mercenaries winning. And that's exactly and only that is going on.
Okay, we'll have to leave it there. Paul Craig Roberts, former Assistant Secretary of the U.S. Treasury. Thanks very much indeed for joining us.